Ethereum has been the star of the show since 2015 when it first introduced the concept of smart contracts. The founders soon realized they need to work on their pace, scalability, and reliability in order to beat Bitcoin and get ahead of the competition. Now, with the upgrades all set to launch, Ethereum is expected to break the unbreakable crypto trilemma. So what is this Ethereum merge all about? How will it open new doors for crypto enthusiasts? And what changes will it bring to the dynamics of cryptocurrency? Let's find out. Ethereum 2.0. Ethereum 2.0 is a term that has created an immense amount of buzz in the world. Being the first crypto protocol to introduce smart contracts, Ethereum is always expected to come up with innovative ideas that advance crypto developments. This is why in the roadmap of the protocol, it was always mentioned that the ecosystem will incorporate changes that will help the protocol reach the top. The Ethereum 2.0 is not really a different ecosystem or a buzzing new upgrade, but it's rather a series of modifications that will one by one eliminate all Ethereum 1.0 limitations. These limitations are not something new to the DeFi space, as all the other cryptocurrencies are struggling to find solutions to these similar problems. The series of transitions concludes 5 stages, which are merge, surge, verge, plurge, and splurge. As funny as these sounds, these are all stages of upgrades with each having its own goal to achieve or cater to a problem. These changes will happen from time to time on the Ethereum network, and slowly the network will transit to a brand new protocol. The first stage of transition, the merge, will happen on September 2022, and it will change the consensus mechanism of the Ethereum blockchain. Before we get on to see what the merge is, let's talk about why Ethereum needed such big transitions. Limitations to Ethereum 1.0. Despite the incredible and numerous smart contract uses, major issues were highlighted by the community every single day. The first issue was the ever-increasing transaction costs or gas fees due to an increase in usage demands. Because of this, it became almost impossible for people to use the Ethereum network, and it directly affected the scaling and decentralization of the protocol. Another problem was the proof-of-work mechanism. Because of this consensus, every miner has to own robust hardware like supercomputers to validate the transaction. Moreover, not everyone could become a miner as it required specific knowledge and skill set, thus making the protocol centralized. The third and the most crucial issue that the network faced was clogging. Due to the high demands, a limited amount of resources, and miners, it was difficult for the protocol to manage loads. This led to low TPS rates and slow processing of transactions, which was really annoying considering that people were paying high prices. Despite all the success and buzz, these issues made Ethereum fall together with all other problematic currencies. Before we talk about the transition of proof of stake, please subscribe to our channel if you find our content useful so far. This encourages us to produce even more beneficial crypto-related content. Transition to proof of stake mechanism. First up is the merge phase. The merge phase is the first phase of upgrades in the Ethereum blockchain. In this phase, the blockchain will transition from the proof-of-work consensus model to the proof-of-stake model. This change will not only increase decentralization but will reduce energy consumption to a greater degree. Because of this transition, more and more people will join the protocol and will benefit from the reduced gas costs as the validation will no longer be energy intensive. But why is the merge important? If you're a crypto enthusiast, you already know that the proof-of-work consensus model is the most commonly used consensus mechanism in this space. For years, proof-of-work mechanism was the unbeatable system to reach a consensus. However, miners are required to have a certain set of expertise to solve the complex computations needed to reach a consensus. They use a high-power hardware that consumes lots of energy and makes the system inefficient and slow. The proof-of-work model is not only bad for the protocol, but it is bad for the environment and is considered unsustainable by the community. This is why Ethereum needed a mechanism that is fast, safe, and much more eco-friendly, and here comes the proof-of-stake mechanism. Stakers are used instead of miners in the proof-of-stake model. Stakers are basically crypto users who stake their Ethereum coin in the protocol to become a validator. As for now, the staking fee for becoming a validator is 32 Ether. With proof-of-stake implemented, there's no requirement for a robust hardware and skilled miners anymore. Stakers can validate a transaction from anywhere in the world with their simple desktop computers and stable internet connection. Anyone who stakes their 32 Ether in the protocol can validate the transaction and can earn rewards by validating the blocks. Slashing. Now, you must be wondering if proof of stake is as secure as proof of work, because in this system, anyone can validate a faulty transaction and the system is more vulnerable to a 51% attack. To address this concern, the Ethereum protocol introduced slashing. If the system detects a faulty transaction being validated by a node, the validator is penalized. Depending on the severity of the error, a percentage of the staked Ether is removed from the deceiver's account. This process is called slashing. It was basically introduced to make proof of stake as safe as mining. The beacon chain. Are you wondering how this proof of stake process starts? Well, let's go back to 2020. It started in December 2020 with Phase 0, which introduced a beacon chain. The beacon chain was the first step to proof of stake. This chain was connected to the Ethereum network but was added as another consensus layer that worked on the proof of stake consensus mechanism. The beacon chain was very different from POW as each block in this POS chain had a finality type of 12 seconds. The chain consisted of an epoch that had 32 slots and each slot was finalized in 12 seconds, which means 32 blocks are created in this layer in approximately 6.4 minutes. Here, the beacon chain is the chain that holds the data of all the validators and the informations of all the blocks. It is good to know that the Ethereum Layer 1.0 has been working simultaneously with the Ethereum 2.0 beacon chain. The docking. Now that we know what the merge is all about and how the beacon chain is working, the question that comes to our mind is, how will the merge happen? Docking is basically the transition procedure of the merge. In this docking process, Ethereum 1.0 will slowly transition into Ethereum 2.0. The founders basically did not want the process to sabotage the currently working protocol, so they designed a plan to make this transition slow, steady, and smooth. So, at this point, the Beacon Layer 2 chain has all the data of validators and works on proof of stake. This beacon chain will slowly merge into the existing POS chain in the future. According to Vitalik Buterin, the old chain will be embedded into the new chain. Also, every block of proof of stake will have proof of work block in it. And in this way, the transition will be smooth and the entire system will slowly move towards Ethereum 2.0. This indeed was a smart move by the protocol, as completely wiping the POW layer at once could have had severe impacts on the protocol. Sharding. The major concern that Ethereum lovers face is the delay in transaction processing and increased gas costs due to the network's increased demands. Now, what caused that delay is the fact that every node in the system has to approve or submit consent regarding a single block. So, if any node is slow or sluggish, the entire process slows down. To solve this, Ethereum founders introduced sharding. Shards are basically smaller units of Ethereum blockchain. In the sharding process, specific blocks are assigned to particular nodes through complex shuffles. The block assigned to the node will be validated by that node rather than all the blocks being validated by all the nodes. So a group of validators will be selected to validate a block once the group reaches consensus. Currently, Ethereum can process 30 transactions per second, but after this update, the network will handle 100,000 transactions per second. This will also increase the protocol's decentralization as more and more people can process their requests at once, and more stakers will get interested in the protocol for enticing rewards as they will no longer need heavy hardware. Moreover, the protocol will be ready to accentuate demands. In a recent interview, JP Morgan said that Ethereum could be a better bet for investors than Bitcoin. That's all the time we have for the merge and Ethereum 2.0. Let us know if you are excited to see Ethereum beat Bitcoin, or do you think Bitcoin will maintain its supremacy? Let us know in the comment section below. And check out our video on Algorand, a third-generation blockchain protocol also touted as an Ethereum killer. See you there!